I am so excited to talk to our next guest. Of course, we talked to her not that long ago, but a lot has changed since then. When we last spoke to Joanna Jedrzejczyk, we were wondering if she would fight Valentina Shevchenko for the belt. A few days later, at 125, of course, the fight was announced. And then a week or so later, the fight was taken away. And now it's back on. And we're all very confused. And I'm sure she was confused as well for a little bit. She's now in Florida preparing for the women's flyweight title fight on December 8th, UFC 231 in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I have a lot of questions for Joanna Jedrzejczyk. She is kind enough to be joining us on the show once again. Joanna, how are you?
Hey, Ariel. I'm very good, very good. Good to talk to you again.
Yes, and I'm sorry for bothering you. I didn't think that I would be bothering you so soon, but like I said, I just have a lot of questions.
No problem. I always like to talk to you, and I like to explain some things to the fans. And you know that I interact with my fans good way. So I like to talk to them and always explain what's going on in my life.
Okay, so let us start.
Good. You never bothered me.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you very much. That means a lot to me. So you got the fight. The fight is on, and then all of a sudden they're looking for a main event in New York. Do they contact you?
I got the news from you.
Oh, really? So when I texted you, you had no idea.
Yeah. I was in Rome that time because I was training with Katel Kubis, with my coach from American Top Team in Poland for 2 weeks, and I planned my vacation with my mom for 4 days before I was going to start my camp. So I was in Rome that time, and my phone died. So after I was back to the hotel room, I charged my phone, and I saw the message, and so sorry that I didn't respond because after your message, I called Dan Lambert, and he was surprised too. And yeah, it was a big news for me that I was not fighting Shevchenko anymore. But we back on track. That's the most important thing.
Did they ask you to move the fight to New York? Did they ever make that offer?
Yes, of course they did. Like, I signed the contract week after. They asked me if I would fight in New York, but I said no, and they asked me 2-3 times, and at the end they said that they might ask someone else. So I was like, guys, do this. It's your business, and I understand the other side, because it's a business as well. So they needed someone for New York. Finally, thanks God, Cormier and Levis are fighting, and they saved the card. This card, like the show at Madison Square Garden, is very important for all of us, for all of the fighters, MMA fighters, and for the UFC. We cannot forget how hard and difficult it was to get the MMA, the UFC, to the Madison Square Garden. So I understand that they need a good card for this show in New York.
Were you tempted to fight on that card, or it was just too soon for you?
I couldn't do that because it was too soon, and I know how tough is Valentina Shevchenko. And the other point is, there is a not easy way. It's impossible to step into the octagon without the proper camp. It's all about the time. So I couldn't do that because I couldn't sign the contract. Couldn't push this fight early because I believe in myself. I will get this title, but I need the time to prepare. That's the point.
Did the UFC give you a heads up at all that they were going to go with Sijara Eubanks, or the first?
They told me that they might, but I didn't know it was going to happen.
Okay.
I couldn't believe that, but it happened. But like I said, of course, I was a little bit confused. I was sad, and it was something new for me. But I understand the other side. Like I said, they had to do this, and it happened. It wasn't fair. Like in 100%, but they had to do this. It's a business,
You went on Instagram the next day, and you said you were angry, you were sad that you had signed the contract and that it was ignored.
Yeah, kind of.
Did you talk to the UFC? Did you clear the air?
Also, there is the end of this statement was about me saying that I understand, that I understood this decision. We cannot think like in our lives or it's a business, we cannot think only about ourselves. We must think about the other side, After that, the business is going to be successful,
But for that 1 week or so where the fight seemed like it was going to be Valentina versus Sajara, did you talk to the UFC and clear the air with them as to, because you said you were angry that you didn't get the heads up beforehand?
No, I got the mail like 2 days after saying that I was out, but that's it. I'm not angry. They have to deal. They have to deal with so many fighters, more than 500 fighters from all over the world. So it's good. I'm easygoing, but honestly, deeply in my heart and in my soul, I was believing that this fight was going to happen,
Oh, really?
Here we go. I had this good energy, and and it's karma, It's karma, and I'm fighting on this show. I'm very happy.
So how did it happen that you were back on? They called you and they said what?
They called me. They called me and asked me. They told me that they have a good main event for the Madison Square Garden card, and they said that they might push the fight on December the 8th to Toronto. And I said, okay, let's do this, because like I said, I was believing that it was going to happen.
So there wasn't any part of you that was saying like, you took it away, now I don't want to do it again?
No, for what? I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior. I just want to fight, and it was always my dream to become a champion in different divisions. And here we go. I will make my dreams come true in 8 weeks.
Yeah, and what did you think about the Sajara Eubank situation? She was very upset afterwards. The fight was taken away from her, but then people were saying, well, the fight was taken away from Joanna. It became a bit of a mess where both of you signed a contract for a fight, and then yours wasn't honored, then hers wasn't honored. Do you feel bad for Sajara?
Yes and not. I know that she was posting some crazy stuff on Twitter, but you can see you never saw me playing with the fighters, and like when someone talks some shit about me or to me. So I feel sorry, but this is the fight. It was the fight to make, and people want this fight, and that's the point. It's going to be a huge fight for female MMA.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's a lesson to be learned? Like at the end of the day, if you sign a contract, should it be honored? Like you sign. You can't back out of the contract if you sign, right?
What? I tell you honestly, and this is what happened to Diaz. And when Diaz said that he didn't want to fight Poirier, UFC said that he signed the agreement, and he must do this.
Yeah.
But week after, the same thing happened to me, but on 180 degrees, different, on the other side, So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It happened to me what happened to the UFC after Diaz said that he was not going to fight. So I felt a little bit sad about this, that they went through this situation and they put me in this spot, And I'm not only a fighter. I'm still doing lots of good things for this company, but at the end, I'm fighting. So I'm very happy and thankful to all of them, to the UFC that they put me back.
Did you ever say that to them in all of this?
I believe that after the fight I will sit with Dana and talk a little bit about it,
About what happened?
I used to take fights in short notice, but not this time. The belt is on the scale, and I wanna win this, I wanna be the best shape ever and get this belt.
What did you think about the Shevchenko-Eubanks fight? Did you think that Shevchenko would win that fight? A lot of people didn't believe Eubanks had a chance.
Shevchenko is a tough fighter.
Yeah.
I know that she's strong, not only physically, but mentally as well.
Considering who you have fought in your career over the last couple of years, do you put her at the top in terms of how tough she is?
She's top. I know that people are going crazy after her last fight, but I think the referee stopped the fight too late, and there was a big difference between Valerie and her last opponent, Valentina and her last opponent. I mean the skills, the experience, and it was. There is no easy fight, but honestly, she looked very good. She looked very good in her last fight.
So you just arrived in Florida for the training camp. When you arrive and you leave home and you know what's about to come, the camp is going to start and it's going to get hard. Is this something you look forward to? Do you dread it a little bit? What are the emotions on the first day?
camp, I feel very special, and I feel good energy since I signed the agreement for this fight. I believe in myself, and I want to put on great camp as always with good people, Mikey Brown, Katel Kubis, Daya Davis, Darryl Strong, and American top team. We cannot forget that Katel Kubis and the coaches from American top team, they prepared Amanda Nunes two times for the fight with Valentina Shevchenko. So I believe that we are going to have a good plan, and I will do my best to be in the best shape and win this fight on December the 8th. I'm very happy. I'm willing to put on great camp, and after first training session, I feel great, man. I was super busy in Poland for the last few weeks, but it looked like I was never gone for a little bit, like I was not gone for holiday.
And this time you don't have to cut weight, right? This has to be,
that's extreme. That's amazing. That's amazing. I can enjoy my life a little bit more because it's very difficult. Being an athlete is a job for 24 hours a day. You must work 24 hours a day. And when you must cut this amount of weight, you must be very strict and disciplined with your diet and lifestyle. So, it's going to be much easier, and I will enjoy my life and my camp even more. So I'm very happy and blessed to be back to American top team. I was so happy to see all of these people and coaches and my teammates. And, man, so many good fights coming up for American top team fighters. Do
you need a nutritionist for this camp, or do you know how to, especially that you don't have to cut?
Yes and no. I use my knowledge, and for the last two camps, of course, I was working with George Lockhart, and I think he's one of the best people in this business. But I trust myself more than I used to, and I might use George Lockhart and his great nutritionist team, the chefs for the fight week and for the diet. But of course, it's going to be easier, and we will see. But I think he's doing an amazing job.
And by the way,
all of us.
Just curious.
I listened to his podcast with Joe Rogan, and it was great. He's a very smart guy.
Yes, very smart. Yeah. One of the very best at what he does. By the way, what did you think of the whole brawl after UFC 229 as one of the most famous fighters? I know you're fond of Conor and Khabib. What did you think when you were watching that?
Oh man, it was crazy, but things happen.
Yeah.
Things happen, and I hope that the commission will go easy on Khabib because it was about honor, and I understand Khabib for what he did.
Yeah.
After the fight. And sometimes people don't understand me. They don't. They say that I'm arrogant or I'm aggressive, but it's all about honor. Sometimes they don't see the other part, the other side of the medal. The reverse. And sometimes, my whole life is about my honor as well. So I know sometimes we must put the honor into the pocket, and but when it's about religion and your country or about yourself, you must stand for it, And I'm this person as well. I stand for myself,
Did you ever
for my people and religion as well? So I get this. What happened? It didn't have to happen at the arena. A beautiful show because I heard that some people were running away, but I understand Dana and he did the right move to not giving the belt to Khabib after the fight. Of course, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what was going on, and I couldn't believe that they didn't put the belt on his waist. But after Dana explained everything, I understood, and it was a smart decision.
By the way, do you stay up till 6 a.m. in Poland to watch this?
No. Actually, I woke up and I watched Ferguson and Petty's fight and Conor and Khabib.
Okay.
But yeah, Ferguson and Petty's amazing fight. I don't watch that many fights, but my favorite fight so far is Robbie Lawler and Rory McDonald, and Barboza and Ferguson, and now Ferguson and Petty.
Wow. Of all time, favorite fight of all time.
Kind of. Yeah, there is much more, but I like this fight. Bloody fights, and I like it. I love it.
Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like your emotions might get the better of you and that you would act like that, like where it got too personal, or you've never been in that position before?
Like what? Like Khabib?
Yeah. Where someone offended you, insulted you.
Yeah. You know, there was lots of bad blood between me and Claudia Gadeia, and sometimes people like, you know, the way they show me in the tough, the ultimate fighter, you know, like, I'm still like paying for this, you know, because people like got me the wrong way. Of course, I could not act like this, but they didn't show the other stuff, you know. There is so much material to show, but they didn't show it, you know, because they need it for TV, some, you know, crazy stuff. But I get this, you know, and people shouldn't define ourselves like us fighters only from the octagon or training camps, you know, because it's totally different pair of shoes. I know who I am, and I get this way, but I hope that I will never be in the position like Khabib was.
Right. Last thing and most important, was your trip to Rome ruined after all this news that happens in the middle of your vacation?
No,
did it ruin your trip?
It was nice because I supposed to go to visit the American top team in Rome and train with Alessio Sakara, and who is training with us, an amazing person, amazing athlete, but I was okay. Let's enjoy the time with my mom and a friend of ours. But I could eat, enjoy the holiday, and that's it, you know. But this break, I needed that because I don't remember when I was on vacation last time. So it was a great camp. I love my mom so much, and she surprised me, you know. It was her first trip abroad, Poland, first plane trip. So it was good, and we have plans for the next year to go somewhere else. That's amazing. So after her first plane trip, I said, "Oh, so now you must come to the States or to Canada and watch my fight."
Wow,
watch
yeah.
me fighting, but it's not going to happen.
Why? Why not?
I don't know. She might not handle the long way, but she could do that. But my mother surprised me, you know, and she's an amazing person, and I had one of the best times of my life in Rome. So it was lots of fun. This city is amazing. So yeah, if you have time, just go there.
Well, I'm happy it didn't ruin your trip.
It's like, you know, like every child should go on vacation with mamas, you know. But
yes.
when we are adults, not when we are kids, when we are adults, because it's cool to hang out with your mama, you know.
I agree. I'm a mama's boy. I love going on trips with my mom.
Like every man is a mama boy.
Yes, of course. There's nothing wrong with it, by the way. People say it like it's an insult. Nothing wrong with it.
Oh, it's not.
Well, I'm happy it didn't ruin your trip, and I'm happy the fight is back on because, in my opinion, this was the fight to make, and I'm happy that you're fighting back in Canada again. Canada loves you.
Yeah, I love Canada. Like I said that so many times. It surprised me after I got to Calgary, you know, and I cannot wait to be back to Canada, to Toronto. People are amazing. They are big sports fans, you know, not only men, but they are big sports fans. And this is what I love about. I'm receiving so many messages with the tickets, that people purchased the tickets already. They cannot wait. So, guys, I'm happy to be back to Canada and put on great show with Valentina Shevchenko. It's going to be the fight of the year of female MMA, you know, in female MMA.
Yeah, what a month. You versus Valentina, and then at the end of the month, your teammate Amanda Nunes against Chris Cyborg. So
I'm very happy for Amanda and Cyborg, and I'm happy for Amanda that she will fight for the second belt. But, you know, lucky me that I became a first UFC female fighter fighting for the second belt, you know, and winning this.
Yes. Well, I wish you the best, Joanna. Thank you, as always, for giving us some time. Good luck in training camp.
Guys, and please don't worry. Like, we have 8 weeks, 7 training weeks, and I will be in the best shape ever. And I wish Valentina a good camp, no injuries for both of us, and let's put on hell of a fight this year, you know, at the end of the year.
Can't wait for it. Thank you, Joanna. Good luck to you. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it. Bye.
There she is, Joanna Jedrzejczyk, the former strawweight queen, now going for the flyweight title on December 8th in Toronto, UFC 231. Of course, main event, Max Holloway versus Brian Ortega. Speaking of Brian Ortega, check out my MMA bobblehead right here. Brian Ortega with the braids. Look at that. Bang. How cool is that? T-City. Thank you to MMA bobblehead for this. Only 1,000. Only 1,000. Look at that. Bang. Very nice. Nice addition to the collection. So